been waiting all week for that Saturday show. Tune in, see what happened, let your troubles go. Work real hard, now it's time to take it slow. Kick back and relax with that Saturday show.
My name is Greg Polk. I'm glad about the turnout. Very pleased by the number of people, the diversity of people, the age diversity. It really shows that people are enthusiastic about this International Day of Peace and this opportunity to come together to reinforce those messages of peace and human rights.
I'm Maureen Wright, and I'm a volunteer at the Peace and Justice Center. And I was very happy to see the turnout today. And I'm anxious to see the pictures because I think it's going to be good. Yes. So, thank you for being here. And I think that's all I have to say. Thank you.
Hello there, my name is Eileen Shaughnessy. I play with the band Eileen and the Inbetweens, and I'm a teacher and an organizer. And I'm really happy to be here today celebrating the International Day of Peace at the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice today.
Hi, my name is Reina Davis, and I'm a poet and a student at UNM. I'm super grateful to be here for the International Day of Peace, and I'm grateful for the work that the Peace and Justice Center and our community does for each other, so thank you.
Tom Dent, director of our TV show and treasurer of the board of the Peace Center. And with me tonight are three honorees, Maureen Wright, Judith Kidd, and Mollie Wilkie.
Hello.
And I'll let them introduce themselves and we'll have a little fun with them.
Okay.
Thank you, Tom.
You go.
Okay. I just want to say, the first time I remember seeing you, Judith, you were working on the finances, I think. You were doing something.
Treasurer, okay.
Yeah, and Mollie, I don't even remember when we met first, but you've done so much. I just can't believe how much you've done to
Thank you. Appreciate
keep
that.
the Saturday morning giveaway.
Food distribution, yes.
So when did you start that?
Let's see, that food, well, before that, I was involved in the Peace Cafe, and I was a volunteer coordinator, and I've done many things, but the food distribution has been going on, actually, I think for 4 or 5 years, and it's going very well. And it's turned into not just a food distribution, but actually, it's a social event.
Sure.
People come, get in line to get their food, and they talk, and then we give them coffee, and it's turned into a very nice, positive event for the Peace Center, with a lot of good energy from a lot of people. So it's a community thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's great.
That is so great.
It's been we've had a lot of support from Jim.
Good old Jim.
Yeah, we appreciate him so much. So that's that.
Yeah. Well, before the food distribution, I remember there was a group called Food Not Bombs that took food out, and then
Oh, yeah.
yeah, and then I think they ran into some difficulties with the authorities because they didn't want people to be gathering to get it. So I don't know what happened to that, but it sort of melted away, and then the food distribution was a much better solution
It
to
was.
that.
We also had the Peace Cafe
Yes,
for,
that's
for
right.
years.
I remember that too,
Yeah,
yeah.
and that, that's like everything else. It came along. We had a good stint, and then it changed because things change and things have to change. But that was nice too. And now there's a group starting up another Peace Cafe, which is amazing. And what I love about it is it's the young people, relatively, and it's like there they are, and I'm like, okay, here's the torch. Thank you very much.
That's right. That's
Yeah.
right.
And actually, my grandson is one of the founders of that, so I'm very proud of him for that.
Yes,
That's wonderful.
yes, that's
Really.
great.
But you have done so much with your contributions to the center.
In many ways, Maureen's made many contributions. Her time, her energy, so financial, and suggestions, support, all kinds of good things.
Yes.
Yeah, well, I was on, we called it the admin committee. I have no idea why that was named that, but at any rate,
Administrative.
yes, but at any rate, we didn't administrate anything except trying to keep the building together. And we had a lot of cracks and breaks on this wall over here. This wall had been insulation was put so that it wouldn't be so cold. But over here, this kept breaking down. And finally, after 2 years, we got a company that said they'd come and help us. And it took 2 years to get final money to do it. So, at any rate, I was really happy to see that we had a nice, smooth wall so that when Jim came and got the ladies, the portraits on the wall, we had a good, decent wall for that.
Oh, that wall outside you're talking about.
Yeah.
And Judith, you've been very involved for many years. You've been on the board, and you've been, tell
Lots
us
of things, yeah.
Tell us what else you've done.
My frog is with me today. I tried to leave him at home, but he stayed. But one of the things I wanted to mention that what I was involved in, and so was Maureen actually, was the dialogue group. Because aside from all the energy and to stop the bad stuff, what we wanted to do was create the avenue for good stuff and for people to get along, so we didn't have to fight and have wars, etc. And the dialogue was one of our early groups. We trained people, and it was started by Marshall Rosenberg. Am I right on that, Maureen?
Mm-hmm.
And
The NVC, nonviolent communication.
well, that's different. No, I thought when it was dialogue might have been, they're similar. So maybe somebody else started that. I can't remember. But anyway, it was similar. He was the founder of that, and he wrote a book about it. Was somebody who really taught people how to sort of hone down a conversation that's becoming hostile and angry, and trying to kind of look like if I'm talking to somebody who thinks very differently from me on any subject, and instead of getting into a battle about who's right, it's more like let's look for the common. Let's talk about what we have in common. And it's amazing how you go up with somebody who's very different and just stay away from what causes you to be different and talk about, hey, we all have similar things that we care about. We care about our families. We care about our kids, our grandchildren, our, homes, saving our homes and stuff, etc. And strategies for that. And then it evolved into the nonviolent communication group. And that too has went on for quite a long time, and a lot of people would come to meetings and learn that process. Now it's kind of honed down to a smaller group, but we still meet twice a month, and on Fridays, and we now call it transformative communication, to try to transform what's hostile into something positive. So that's one of the things I'm really happy we were able to do. But
Thank you. Beautiful.
okay.
That was beautiful.
Stop it there.
Thanks. Okay. And now I guess.
Kidd, and I have been involved with the Peace and Justice Center ever since it was started. I was kind of new in town in 1983, and when the founders opened a little office down on Silver, I was one of the first people to join up. I was political at the time, and this was perfect. And I had amazing influences from those early people, especially Dory Bunting, one of my great heroines, with her Quaker background and her way of dealing with people in a way that was loving and non-judgmental. She was great. And the other founders at that time, Blanche Fitzpatrick and Ken Zook, were early founders also. And then I just kind of stayed on and did a whole lot of things. I worked at the office, and I was involved when we moved from several different locations and finally came here in '93. I was on the board for many years. What else did I do? Let me think. I've done a lot of, was in the office doing, the office work. And as I said before, the groups that I really enjoy talking about, the nonviolent communication and the dialogue groups, which I think were so important. So for me, over the years, the Peace and Justice Center has been a core place. And at the time, when it started in the 80s, there were a lot of people around who were very active because the Vietnam War had happened, and it ended, maybe 10 years ago, but there was still that energy. So we had a lot of energy. A lot of people wanted to come into the Peace and Justice Center. Now it's more dormant. People are not as involved, and it's not as important for a lot of people to come. So I'm really glad it's still here and it's still thriving. And I so appreciate that Jim, our new, somewhat new director, is involved in helping us move more in a more multicultural and pro everyone direction, because I think unconsciously we were not giving the support to the Black community that we could have. And he's really made that a difference there. So I hope the Peace Center lasts for another 100 years. I think it's critical, and I really appreciate all the things that people are doing here.
Good, thanks.
Beneath the shivering stars, I belong to.
Hi and welcome. Thanks for tuning in to our Albuquerque Peace and Justice Center Gala. I'm Susie and I am the finance manager here. And you just heard Eileen and the Inbetweens performing Wide Open Skies. Next, you will be hearing the indie band Byland performing Albuquerque, followed by the Irish poet Bill Nevins.
Everybody's got that place, that town, that patch of ground where your roots are found, where you learn to dream and ride a bike. Everybody's got that place, and for me, it's Albuquerque. It's the land down south where the Harleys roar, over the Sandias,
I want to dedicate this reading to our dear friend Alan Cooper, who is resting up in the VA hospital right now. He's catching his second wind. Mira Masaya, querido camarada, seguimos adelante a través de la niebla fascista. Hasta la victoria siempre, mi comandante. First poem, Utah Phillips for the IWW. That soldier fighting that dead drunk in tatters from another awful war woke up in Amon's good school where he found peace, telling us his stories as we laughed, cried, cursed, and rose up out of our comfort zones, shouting, "Revolution! You gotta mess with people," he yelled, wheels turning, rails rattling, rebels wobbling. "You're either a worker or you're a boss, brother," he said as we drove down Albuquerque Central Avenue through Nob Hill towards the International War Zone. Don't let the bosses cut you off from your allies. Don't call them yuppies. They're workers too. And so I learned solidarity from Utah Phillips, who shared his Folk Alliance Conference hotel room with a half-dozen real hobos, happily bubbling mulligan stew with green chile, singing dreams of Joe Hill that night. In his Jimmy Hoffa work shirt, long white hair streaming free, smiling, telling stories, singing songs of freedom, as he did with Ani DeFranco, as he did on that New Mexico concert stage, as he did in your kitchen, as he did in that caboose in the Vermont woods, on the radio, on records, as he always did, as he always did. Dump the bosses off your backs, one mighty union soon come. Yeah, Utah Phillips was a friend of mine. He died out on the road. But if you look hard inside you, you'll see he's alive as you and me. Nobody weep, nobody mourn. Just organize and practice your song for that wild workers' party that we're going to throw to greet the coming red dawn.
Hi, my name is Mollie Wilkie, and I have been with the Peace Center for well over 10 years. And I have to say I've done a little bit of everything. I've been a volunteer coordinator, I've been on the board, and now I'm very involved in this food distribution that we have on Saturdays that has been very successful, and we are very pleased with the way that's going and the way it's brought the community together. So I'm trying to think of all the wonderful things that have happened here and the progress I've seen in the Peace Center over the years and the changes and how we've adapted. The Peace Center has adapted to the needs of the day. And it seems like the needs of the day, of course, change. And now we're very proactive in a lot of things that are going on that we're all very distraught about. And I'm happy to see our energy go into positive things. And another thing I'm really happy about is we've been around, I'm here with Judith and Maureen, and we've been around for a while. They longer than me, but we've been around for a while. But now I see younger people coming in, and that's what we need, exactly what we need to grow and to contribute to things that are very important at this time, because we've got a lot of challenges. So I see these young people and I'm like, okay, thank you so much for being here. And I feel like I've done my part, and now I can kind of sit back and let them do the work and support them in any way I can. But I love the Peace Center and all it stands for, and I love the people here who work so hard, and I want to thank them for keeping the energy going. And that's about all I have to say. And thank you for letting me have this moment to share.
Cut.
decide that they both are satisfied. Illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, they'll all follow you into the dark. Catholic school, as vicious as Roman rule. I got my knuckles bruised by a lady in black. I held my tongue, and then she told me, son, fear is the heart of love. So I never went back. If heaven and hell decide that they both are satisfied, illuminate the nose on their vacancy signs. If there's no one beside you when your soul embarks, then I'll follow you to the dark. You and me have seen everything to see, from Bangkok to Calgary, and the soles of your shoes are all worn down. The time for sleep is now. It's nothing to cry about, 'cause we'll hold each other soon in the blackest of rooms.
Beaming me up is a couple things I want you to understand. First off, you chose me, so you recognize the skills.
Yeah. Yeah. 2012 flow. 25 to life, baby.
LA and Mr. Music.
The places that we've been, you never seen them, yo. The places that we gone, ain't been explored. Internet explore, no Firefox. Google Chrome couldn't find out where we go without Great Scott. Quick it up to 88, let's go back to the past. Now the future's too great, man, it ain't ever late. I'm sorry for the wait, cause we bout to spaz. Chicago on the jazz, call LA Fresh Prince. You know I'm Jazzy Jeff, man, I'm Kobe on the beat. And you could call him Shaq, call my Uncle Phil Jackson. You ain't never heard me rap like that, son. Penitentiary flow to the maximum. Models all upon me, Maxim. Who the illest in the shot, man? Ask him. Stanley Ipkiss shoot with my mask on.
Yeah. I ain't Weezy or Gambeezy or Breezy, but I'm in my zone. I'm just E.T. coming home, and I don't need no cellular phone. Patiently waiting like M50 till they put me on. I know I got it, what this industry on? I'm insane in the cranium, bet your brain to be blown. If you put these headphones on and play me in your dome, I'ma have you feeling like a groundhog without a home. It's just a game of shadows, come and find me, we could battle. I swear I'm such an animal, eat these rappers like animals. Cause y'all yo dirt, and I am Joe Dirt. Long hair don't care, I lead the way like I'm a chauffeur. And I don't smoke perp, I'm just high on life. No soaps, little mama, but I'm guiding light. I'm a lighthouse, these other rappers nightlights. Call them Tinkerbell, or maybe Cinderella. Why they always gotta whine like they in a cellar? Y'all late, I'm on time, set your clocks better. Haters say the darndest things are a link letter. And my flow tight, like I shrink sweaters. Straight shot of Patron, now I think better.
Lots on my mind, trying not to lose it. Lots full of cars, buying them's the future. Slot machines, lotto tickets, life is a gamble. It's 50-50 chances, 2 door handles. Which you gon' open and which you gon' close. There's never been a better time, the decision is yours. A split second choice could change the course of history. Hope Father Time is on my side, Dad, I know you're listening. Guess what? Today it's my birthday, but I wanna live life every day like it's my birthday. And I want this music shit like in the worst way. So I'ma keep on grinding till it's my hearse day. Married to the music till death do us part. Yeah, I married myself cause love's super harsh. And the only thing that's worth fighting for is to reach the highest level. Grammy awards.
Waiting for the day I finally step up to the podium. They know I've been had flows like linoleum, but I'ma never be the one for you to step on. Used to be a nerd, but now I'm cool, call me Stephon. Put me in the booth, watch how I change up. We chase greatness forever, you never change us. Me and music got the Grammys in the same tux. Exact same one that Bruce Wayne gave us. Batman and Robin, dynamic duo. Put the cards away, homie, we ain't talking Uno. When the chips are down and friends ain't around, it's just me and my brother. All we got is each other and we about to go ham. Lettuce and tomatoes, trying to build my future up. I ain't talking Play-Doh. And I ain't talking toys when I'm yelling Lego. Money, euros, pounds, pesos. All I know is it's really about time. We get paid like a baller, cause you know we dropping dimes. New music every Monday and it's fire every time. We ain't signed yet, bring the alarm, cause that's a crime.
Hello, I'm Maureen Wright, and I've been with the Peace Center since it was across the street in a different building, and I think we moved over here in 2003. And Avery, because I joined in the 90s, and at the time we're very concerned about the WHIP, which was the waste isolation plant in Carlsbad. And we felt that this was going to be bad for the New Mexico. Now, I worked hard with that. And then I was on the desk and stayed with the Peace Center by being on the desk, answering phone, and I can't remember the exact year, but I became part of a committee that was called the Administrative Committee, which was kind of a funny name for that because we were our job was to take care of the building and see that things were running right. So a lot of things did happen, just like any home, you have to maintain it. So we would often have these meetings and not always agree on how to solve the problem. But anyway, and then we had a big celebration for the 30th anniversary. And I remember being on that committee, and it was, I think, a big success. We had a lot of people. I know in my daily activities, I would say that I was working at the Peace Center and people did not know anything about it. And so it's been hard to get our little community out there and understood in the community. So I think that Jim and Tom have done a great job by having that little TV show, and so that people can know that is this community that wants to support peace. And so I'm really happy to see that changes that have come when Jim came and Tom became part of the official part, not just on committees, right? And Avery, because you did a lot, and I just feel that we have been a good support for a number of other committees and organizations. In fact, I don't know how many organizations we have that are associated with us, and we call them the Peace Organizations Joining Arms. And so I just think that that's a great thing that we can offer that space and energy for other organizations that need to be brought forth. So this last 2 years has been a very difficult time with the shutdown, the COVID, everything. But it just is, I'm very happy to see that we're still going. We have artists that show their wares on our walls, and that changes about every 1 or 2 months, and it's great to see that. And if people should come down and just walk through the Peace Hall and see what we've been doing and what has happened here. I think that we have had a slowing down of the membership because of all of the changes that took place in the last 2 years. And I think that's been kind of difficult. But having these meetings and with the gala, I'm hoping we can touch a few more hearts. So I hope you can join us. And thank you.
I don't know.
Ever wanted to do more for social justice and other major issues in Albuquerque, New Mexico? If so, then the Center for Peace and Justice is just for you. Devoted to bringing true-centered discussions about critical social justice issues in our state, globally, through various means and actions, we provide a positive attitude in everything we do. We offer incredible opportunities to those who want to join our team to learn important skills that are needed to run a nonprofit organization. Please be a member or volunteer, or have your group join us. There's space for everyone who's interested in what we do here at the Peace Center. For more information, call us at 505-268-9557. Go to our website at abqpeaceandjustice.org or email us at www.abqpeaceandjustice.org. Thank you.
And we're back. I'm Jim Harvey, Executive Director of the Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice, and also, in case you missed it, the host of the center's TV show called That Saturday Show, which airs every Saturday morning on Comcast cable, and then you can pick it up on YouTube. Catch a show. It's an award-winning show. It's been running for now 50 episodes, and I don't want you to miss any of them. You start looking at it, I can guarantee you, you'll be streaming for all of them. So,
a little something from Bill Withers. You just can't smile it away. It's much more than passion. Oh, it's love. I've heard some people say they've seen love move mountains. You just can't laugh it away. It's too deep inside, you feel it. Oh, it's love, not just some game you can play for a laugh and then go on your way. Can we just talk it over, work things out? I love you so. Can we just talk it over, see what we can do? just can't pass it away like some silly fashion. Oh, it's love, and love comes eager to stay. It just won't leave you that way. Can we just talk it over, work things out? I love you so. Can we just talk it over and see what we can do? Just talk it over, work things out. I love you so. Can we just talk it over, see what we can do? You just can't pass it away like some silly fashion. Oh, it's love. I've heard some people say they've seen love move mountains. Oh, it's love. I've heard some people say they've seen love move mountains. Oh, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love, it's love. I've heard some people say they've seen love move mountains. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Sweet Georgia, the ghosts are out, blind eyes and grinning faces under the swirling sheets of white and scarlet. Yes, I know, should be a nighttime story, should be a nightmare, but no, it's our reality. So they go over the streets and alleys under the guise of rallies, compromising everything worth fighting for. They meet nowhere of poison, the marbles bare, guns frozen, sides already chosen. The ghosts are out, but some won't run away when it seems history is here to stay. Some keep on sleeping, others dream it's safe to sleep. Some never sleep till they awaken their dreams. Sweet Georgia, sweet dream in Georgia, we can breathe, Georgia. Yeah, you'll be on our minds. The gates are down, broken broken doors and disgraces. Phantoms come out creeping from their dark hiding places, and they know but turn the other way. The twisted tongues, now they've got nothing to say, so they go. Soil and 10 years of sweat. Some won't remember, but we'll never forget. Some never sleep, they dream just so we can sleep. The dreams awake, the nightmare breaks, and we believe. Thank God we can believe in sweet Georgia. Sweet dream in Georgia. We can breathe. Georgia, yeah, you'll be on cause it's sweet Georgia, sweet Georgia, we can breathe Georgia, you'll be on, yeah, you'll be on our mind, you'll be on our minds.
Thanks, Jim. Back in the late 80s and early 90s, I canvassed for about 5 years all around the state on environmental issues. A lot of times we canvassed up in Los Alamos and made a lot of money because these well-educated people up there, not in addition to making weapons of mass destruction, felt very guilty about the environment and other things. So this is kind of a nuclear waste tour of New Mexico. It's called New Mexico Remembers the 40s. On a high canyon-cracked mesa at the tail end of the Rockies, surrounded by mountains and the Culandera, the lush bowl, that stunning, beyond fertile remnant of 6 super sunken volcanoes, sits a city invented in Washington, D.C. On a vast desert alkali plain, cut southwest by the San Andres, watched and mourned by Salinas Peak, is a marker where the first one went off. Stopped at a traffic light at Oppenheimer and Trinity, in the middle of the high-tech federal weirdness of the town of Los Alamos National Laboratories. We're the most brilliant people in the world. Bring all your problems to us. So, you have environmental specialists and dozens of Caltech MIT grads. Well, what exactly happens beyond your houses at those abrupt dead ends that form into strange, deep black hole arroyos, casting sickish green glows in the night? And just who are those cancerous old melting people who answer the door and disappear when I ring? I swore I saw spacemen in silver hazmat suits far below at the Rio Grande, pouring some kind of liquid from metal containers into the water. But what do I know? You're the experts. So I'll gladly be leaving now. You've got more than enough on your hands with your radio telescopes, all that global lamps, military tactics, plotting, lasers, computers, ashes from Japan. And all that nuclear waste you generate that's now rolling down in true packs down I-25, joining Sandia Labs, Idaho, and Rocky Flats, through Santa Fe, all safe as it trucks down through my hometown, down to that huge hole in the ground. Kirtland, NORAD, and SAC might protect you and your families as you smile and tour our great state. But just make sure as you visit that little marker, just make sure as you do, remember to visit that little marker that stands between you and the whip.
The Albuquerque Center for Peace and Justice has been serving the communities of Albuquerque for nearly 40 years. Peace and justice are the motivators for the work we do, in concert with dozens of other organizations and committees here and around the country. But we can't do it without your help. We need you. Get in touch at www.abqpeaceandjustice.org or call us at 505-268-9557.
Until the next time, it's time to say goodbye. When you out here in the streets, keep it real, 505. We love everybody, we just want to let you know. Thanks for tuning in to that Saturday show.